Okay. Okay, so now so far it's working. So let's see what happens, I suppose. We have audio. Yes. Yes. Of course, got crap all over the lens. Or is it on the mirror? No, it's better. Right, let's see what happens, I guess. Okay, light is becoming a bit of a problem because the sun's going to belt straight into that lens soon, but anyway. So here we go. I'm just going to flip this over. Flip. Flip. Cool. That lens is filthy too. Problem with having multiple cameras, you have multiple bloody lenses. Bouncing straight off that. Straight off there. Yeah. No, can't do much about that. Okay guys, so what we have here, the customer said that they put the wrong fuel in it and it'll stop working. Well, they're not entirely wrong. I don't know how well you can see this, but they actually mostly put water in it, so whether the jerry can is contaminated, I don't know. You see that layer on top, that's fuel, and the stuff underneath it is water. So that's not right. So yeah, so I've drained the fuel, obviously. I've confirmed it's running, took the plug out, cleaned the plug, fired it up using brake cleaner just to get it running. So it runs. So there's that. What I might do, let me just roll this strap around a bit to get out of the way. I have this on when I start it. It'll be noisy. That wasn't too bad. So that when I start it doesn't try and, you know, fall off. So let me just roll this around so I can get a better look at the carby, because that is my next point of call. The carby will be full of carbies. Now the problem with water, the problem with water is that it doesn't get sucked up into the carby. So if you've got a high pressure system like a car with fuel injection or something like that, it will most likely eventually push itself through. To a lesser extent, even a carbureted, yep, nailed it. Even a carbureted car will generally clear itself out because it's got bigger jets. With the jets being as small as they are in these, they can't suck that water through. So even if you clear the carb out, which I did, I drained the bowl, it doesn't have enough suction vacuum in there to pull the water through, because the water is so much thicker than the petrol. The same thing can happen in a two-stroke where you that's going to be a problem, where you end up with just drain that fuel back out maybe. Yeah, the same thing can happen in a two-stroke when you've got oil in there and you don't drain the carb in, you put it away and you come back. You end up with a carby full of oil and you put fuel in it, and often there's so much oil in the Venturis that it just won't push the fuel through. So, sandwiches I can wear. I didn't put much fuel in it. I did just put some back in it to I flushed the tank out a couple of times. Yep, knew that was going to happen. Yeah, so I basically, the first time I just ran some degreaser through the tank just to get all the water out, and then I ran some more petrol through and drained that. And just looking in here, it looks like I missed a little bit more water. There's just a little bit sitting on the bottom, so doing it again is not going to hurt anything. What I'll actually do is I'll put 90% of this fuel back in. I just won't put the last little bit on the bottom because the water's going to sit on the bottom. It's fresh fuel. It's got fuel doctor in it, which will maintain it anyway. And so I thought this would be a good video. Wow, that camera does not like looking into the sun, does it? It really doesn't. I don't even know how to do anything about that. Unfortunately, oh yeah, it's right there. Can't really move it around too much because because where I've got the camera set up. I wonder if I can put a. Is it going to be a problem? I wonder how long it's going to be in the way. It's only going to be a couple minutes. I won't worry about it too much. Because the next one I'm going to actually have to start chasing lights soon. Take something like this. No, it's too heavy. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a big problem, but definitely going to be an annoying issue. Let's take something like that. See if we can. Probably won't work because the it's going to be too far out, I think. We go this way then. Let's do something like this temporarily. That might work. How far away is that? That almost works, isn't it? You watch by the time I do this. I won't need to worry about it. This way. There we go. At least that'll temporarily solve the problem. The funny thing is the camcorder, which is right beside it, is just far enough across it's not being affected. So we've taken that off. Let's get this drain out of the carby here. See what fuel comes out of this. It should be clean. So I have flushed this a couple of times. Yeah. So that was clean. So that's good. The actual main needle and seat is fine. So my money is the emulsion tube, which is in the middle of this thing, which hopefully is removable. Unfortunately it's not removable and everything. A lot of them are moulded in now, which is super annoying. But now it's in the face of the camcorder. Oh dear, well I can't do much about it, it's just how it's going to be. That carby is that side, let's take this off. Yes, okay, let me get my JIS screwdrivers. If you are doing this at home, please, as far as possible, use JIS screwdrivers. They're called JIS, so Japanese Industrial Standards. They're a square nose, they're designed specifically for this. If you use the wrong screwdrivers, I don't know how many times I've seen it, it eats out the, oh man, that sun's straight in the camera lens. Almost need a shield up here somewhere. I don't know, I'll just have to live with it for a few minutes, I guess. I'll just steal the stream footage if I need it. JIS screwdrivers, super useful for not chewing everything out. Okay, that's the main jet. Let's have a look, see if we can look through this. Yeah, see the main jet's blocked too. It's not probably blocked, it's literally probably just water. The best way to clean these jets out is to get yourself a nozzle tip cleaning kit for welders, oxys. And you just pick one that's, even if it's slightly small, it doesn't matter, because when it fits tight, you don't want it to actually, like, if you go one that's too big, it will try and, what's the name, it'll try and come here, eat material off the side, which you don't want. You just want it big enough to be firm, so it'll clean it, but you don't want it to actually, yeah. I can see some of the debris on the tip itself, on the cleaner. So that's better, I can see through it there. Actually, it's still got stuff in there. Let's do that one more time. Yes, I'm standing in front of the camera, hopefully to make some of this footage salvageable. There we go, that one's clean. Now the emulsion tube is going to be the tricky part. Yeah, so just these, just tip cleaners, you can get them on Amazon or whatever. These are actually proper old school ones from Sigweld from forever ago. He says as he realises they're actually just starting to fall apart, quite literally. The mounting bracket is actually broken. That's what happened. Okay, it's not broken. It just popped out. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't know they popped out. And it's popped back in. You popped out and pop in. Alright, I'll deal with you later. I'm probably going to need them again in a minute anyway. Because I've got to have a look at this emulsion tube. Now hopefully, if it's being nice, it actually will just pop out of here. Also being fairly new, hopefully, yeah, there we go. On a lot of them, yeah, this has still got a brass tube, but a lot of them don't anymore. A lot of them just have a cast tube in there now. And yeah, once they get dirty, you can't clean them. You can spray some brake fluid cleaner in there, some brake cleaner or carby cleaner or something like that, and hope it does something. But they really don't seem to do much. I'm not even going to try and show you the tiny holes in these things because they're stupid, but there are tiny holes in these things. Clean the main jet out quickly and get a little tiny cleaner here. Go through these little holes here. You'll see that one's blocked still. Have another go at that one. There we go. I think I can see through all the other holes now. Yes, except that one. That one's blocked. Ah, yeah, there's a big chunk. Well, I say big, absolutely tiny pinhead size, but when you're dealing with, tiny ports, that's a big lump of junk. So another look. You can see through all those. 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 Nice. Then you drop it in the dirt and you never find it again. So I would say most of that was just the gummy the gumminess that water turns into when it emulsifies with petrol. I would say there's really nothing actually there's no dirt in there. There's no dirt in the bowl or anything when I took it out. So it's literally just sort of a, hey, I can move out of the way now. Yay! Hopefully the YouTube stream's working okay. I had like 5 goes at it because every time I'd get the stream up and running, YouTube would suddenly decide that it wasn't there anymore and just stop the stream. So that's the thing. Anywho, there's not much adjustment on these carbies. There's no mixture. You can adjust the idle. That's basically. I really don't like new stuff. Not a fan at all. Probably should put the bowl on, I guess. Might as well. Choke is that side, so the bowl goes. When you get the opportunity to take your carby off, put it back together so that your bowl faces, well, out or down so that you can actually get to it. So if you need to drain it, you haven't got to fight the thing. So often I see them and they're facing in and you can't loosen them or anything. So. Grass there. Get out. Now. Put this back on. I have to admit, it's literally been used twice. So the upside to that is that it's very easy to work on because none of the hoses are perished and none of the, everything actually just functions in the way you'd expect. It's quite funny. It's kind of weird. I'm not used to it. These are new. You probably can't see this very well, but the new choke that these have, they use a bimetallic choke, the same as cars use now. So they don't have it's a fully automatic choke. So I don't know. On the one hand, I don't understand why it's taking them so long to do that. Really. Because technology's been in cars since, the war. But on the other hand, I don't know why I need to add complexity to it. I guess you don't need to worry about a choke, I suppose. Like a primer pump. No, I'm trying to think of reasons why you'd want it. This gasket I always get on back to front. I don't think I've just done it again, have I? Yep. That looks back to front, but that's the only way it... That's actually kind of interesting. I haven't seen that design. That's why it's weird. Okay, because they've still got the passageway. So they've blanked the primer bulb off here because they're not actually using it because they've got the choke, but they've left the circuit on the back of this. So that's why I was confused. I'm like, why is there a hole there that doesn't go anywhere? But that's why, for whatever reason. It's that whole, you know, cost cutting versus... So you can't tell me that a primer bulb is more expensive than a bimetallic strip and a piece of steel to make it work and a couple of springs and a modified exhaust housing because that's where it sits. Or am I wrong? I don't know. I don't even pretend to know these things. Sorry if I had my back to you, but there's only so far I can twist my hand, contortion my hand to get it out of the way. Now that goes in there. Just need that because I've got to tighten these up. This is a Massport. They don't use Briggs anymore, they use Lonchin motors. So stage 5, 166cc, which is interesting because it says 166 there. Got 320 there. And it says 460 there. I'm assuming that means it's a 46 centimetre cut. So this motor comes in a 123, a 139 or 166cc. And yet the base plate's got 320. So yeah, well done Massport. Round the ball guys. Put that down there. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. My sun shield. I should put this in. Now that it's settled I can see there is a little bit of water on the bottom, but it's not much. It probably came out of the tank. Well, it did come out of the tank, I saw it. But there's not enough in here to waste all this fuel. I should just put most of it in because I can see the water. And as I said, it's got fuel doctor in it, so if there's a little bit of water in here, it will take care of that anyway. But I just won't put the last 10% in. Leave it before the water. Yep, so there's probably as much fuel as there is water in there, so that's good. I'm just going to responsibly dispose of this petrochemical. My disposal pit is over there. You can't see it on the camera. It's over there off camera. But I promise it is there. Alrighty, well, I guess I won't put the air cleaner on yet. Make sure it's behaving itself first. I guess the thing is now, we'll see if it'll make some noise. Can't lower it too much, just be out of frame. If I just leave it too high though, I can't pull on it, so you'll just have to trust me. You'll hear it. Let's see what it does here. Beautiful. It's almost like, I'll put it back up for you so you can see, put the air filter back on, because, reasons. Is it high enough yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Yeah, I was just looking at the manufacturer. It was literally manufactured at the start of this year, so it's definitely not old, but yes. They're kind of lucky that I think they put the fuel in it and realise they've done something wrong, because sitting around with water in them is a very good way to destroy things. Well, let me check the blades, make sure I haven't hit anything. It's still the old school mass port with the single bar. It's kind of nostalgic. Cool. Alrighty, well, there's one down. I suppose while we're, what time is it? What time are we? 4:30. Yeah, I got half an hour. Okay, so let us, while we're here, take this off. And I shall, what do I want to do? I've got another rover there, but I have a sneaking suspicion that the carburetor bolts are actually snapped out of the block. So probably not a half-hour job, that one. But what I might do, I have a chainsaw here. Just stick this down here. Okay. Look at this chainsaw. Good old Stihl. What's Stihl, Logan? Not now. Well, now it's Stihl. Just a bit so we can see what's going on here. Where's that framing? We've got to be close, right? I'm going to call that close enough. Now, I'll probably need my torch because it's getting dark. So this one apparently this one is seized. I had a quick look yesterday and the customer dropped it off, so a couple of these covers are off. Yeah, I took the plug out and the plug was dirty, but it wasn't anything to say why it should have seized. Oh, that's broken a crank. 95% sure that's busted the crank. You can, yeah. Pull the plug quickly. So I'll pull it. It's loose. I know it's loose because I had it out yesterday. Ah, that's interesting. That piece of head is bent. So shouldn't say head, should say the alloy fin. Just slightly bent there. I wonder if it's cracked there. what's the bell? I don't have a spark plug point. This is the middle size one, isn't it? Yeah. That's up at my other. Dang it! It's up at my other in the car actually. Yeah, my toolbox is actually in the car. I was just trying to be lazy. And that might still function. Lazy is a language I am very, very good at interpreting. Well, you know, some call it laziness. I call it, well, laziness. But laziness with style, that's the important part. Yeah, super lean. That's like grey. I think let's have a look here. Yeah, huge scoring on that ball. She's been running lean for a while. So whether it's a carby issue, honestly it's kind of irrelevant now. Double check, make sure it's not that starter. No, it's not. Nope. She'd be broke. That's what the customer wants to do. They want me to spend time pulling it down. I mean, it's a still. So, I mean, maybe. But these old ones are getting harder and harder to get reliable parts for. What's that bar? Is it an Oregon? Actually, it's still the original bar. Or at least an original bar. Wow, okay. Yeah, I don't think. I'll have a chat to them and see what they want to do. Probably not going to want to go ahead with that because, as I said, that's that's a broken rod. Yes, well, I have two ain't bad. Yeah, I have another mower there, but it's only home time, so I'm not doing that one. So I think we've had a fairly good run. Well, yeah, it's about all I've got. Short jobs in terms of my time I have. It's 4:30 by the time I pack up and do a few bits and pieces. It will be time to head out of here. So, alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to try and do more streams as time permits, and hopefully they'll only get better and we'll have some more interaction and I can answer questions from you guys and stuff like that. So, alright guys, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.